A, a Wyoming town of 66,000 is about to absorb 5,500 data center workers, and locals feel powerless to stop it. Becky Robertson, updated Monday, July 6th, 2026. 5-minute read. I think here 5,500 data center workers are mostly construction workers. Otherwise, you don't require that many people to run a data center. Construction of a $16 billion data center developed by Related Digital for Oracle and OpenAI. Living near a hyperscale data center is not an enviable position. Enviable position. The developments are notorious gluttons of land, water, and electricity, straining the grid as they step up a local energy supply and drive citizens' bills up in the process. Right, step up local energy supply is gluttons of notorious. The developments are notorious gluttons of land, water, and electricity, straining the grid. Gluttons. Communities say the campuses, along with being rather unsightly, emit a dystopian ever-present hum and around-the-clock light that drive away local wildlife while driving human neighbors bonkers. Right? You bonkers. Add to that concerns of groundwater quality, impacts, and the fine particulate matter and other pollutants they are known to pump into the air, and you've got reasonable grounds to move. Bunkers. That's bad, man. That's bad. So I go and bunkers. I know the bunkers, but I didn't know it's adjective, right? Bunkers. Crazy, insane, cuckoo, mad, bonkers.
Bonkers.
Bonkers. Glutton, overeater who eats and drinks excess, one who has an insatiable appetite for work, money, etc. Glutton, who eats, drinks to excess. Glutton.
Glutton.
So there are a whole list of the problems, right? Communities say the campuses, along with being rather unsightly, emit a dystopian ever-present hum and around-the-clock light that drives away local life while driving human neighbors bonkers. Add to that concerns of groundwater quality impacts and the fine particulate matter and other pollutants they are known to pump into the air, and you've got reasonable grounds to move. That is, if you can secure a decent price for your home by that point. Must read. Beyond these common woes that have many Americans fighting against proposed centers in their area, there are additional layers of trouble that start before a complex even completed, including the mass influx of workers needed to construct the Leviathan structures, which can span as many as 10 million square feet. Wow. There's a lot, man. Influx of workers. Massive. Oh man, what's up? The mass influx, right? The mass influx of workers, Leviathan structures. To construct the Leviathan structures. Data centers create jobs, but not as many as a towns of hope. Any facility as large as one of these data hubs naturally spurs some job creation, but unfortunately, the exact figure tends to be lower than industry advocates claim. Often only a fraction of the number of people who might work on the same square footage if it were an office park, factory, or warehouse, according to the Wall Street Journal. It's only a fraction, right? If many of the roles required of such a project are also only temporary for the building phase, with as few as 20 permanent positions per 100 megawatts, though it varies vastly depending on center size, whether the space will be proprietary or leased, and other factors. And for the labor-intensive construction, it seems that thousands of laborers are being shipped in from elsewhere rather than sourced locally, disrupting communities even further when they already feel as if the firms responsible aren't doing their part to support locals in any way. Residents of Cheyenne, Wyoming, have faced the rapid transformation of their small city, which Microsoft, Meta, and others have tapped for dozens of sprawling new processing campuses. In addition to 10 centers already in operation in the county, 14 are in various stages of planning or fruition. Wow. Cheyenne, Wyoming, right? Particularly that area is booming with data centers. It's a rapid transformation of their small city, right? With Cheyenne only having a population of around 66,000, there's now a proposal to create at least one temporary neighborhood known as man camps solely for housing the upwards of 5,500 construction workers that will be brought into the area. At the planned size, it would be larger than 84 existing municipalities in the state. Meta is also launching dedicated schools across multiple states to train a new workforce to build its centers, which can take 1 to 3 years to complete. Dycom Industries, which contracts for data center titans, is creating what it calls a simulated town across 19 acres in Georgia to serve as a centralized hub for high-touch technical instruction with realistic conditions for hands-on fiber deployment and utility work. Some locals have expressed fears about an inundation of men who are away from their families with no ties to this community, pointing to the crime and violence that has come with similar man camps that cropped during the coal mining days. Yeah, it's what they call the Western paradise or campaign is called what? I forgot the word. The western, towards western, many gold seekers moved is called pioneering, right? Western pioneering. So it's a good sentence. An inundation of man. In a meeting on the proposal in Wyoming, the head of the county's planning and development told residents that it would be best to be able to keep an eye on 6,000 workers. They are wary of international workforce criminals, one area, then dispersing them throughout the communities, the Wall Street Journal reported. Though people continue to fight against their county becoming overrun with centers and associated housing camps, there is a tone of resignation in many of the online posts about the recent developments. A tone of resignation. There doesn't seem to be much we can do to stop data centers from coming to Wyoming. These projects are backed by large corporations and wealthy investors whose main goal is profit, not local impact. One person wrote in a Cheyenne community Facebook group earlier this month, while they may say everything will be fine, many people are concerned about how much water, energy, and land they will use. The person continued. This raises bigger questions about how corporate development is shaping our communities and whether local voices are being heard. Yeah, I'm worried, but they are Americans are much better than us, especially Cheyenne, Wyoming. Is booming with the data centers. In Korea, we would just demonstrate hard with swords, knives, guns, batons. I'm just joking. There would be a lot of peaceful demonstrations and demand for monetary compensation from locals. So you got to be careful. You need to come see me because I provide KT services to you, including a co-location for your servers, AI data center allotment, or we even build AI servers or any servers for you at your office building, right? We are everything. We are number one carrier and cloud and AI service provider in Korea. You need to come see me. And also we provide land, mobile, voice, and security services and CCTV services by our subsidiary company, KT Telecom. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. But before I go, let's go back and see what else I should remember. An inundation of man, the mass influx, the Leviathan structures, notorious gluttons of land, water, and electricity, straining the grid, save up local energy supply, bunkers. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.